سبيل مريح تنهد يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيم الفسيح سبيل الدموع
This is going to be a conversation video. I was just having a conversation with one of the members, and that one member, she was saying that she is not being lazy, okay, but she's not able to take actions. She's not able to be productive. She's kind of in the center of it. And I thought, okay, let me record a video on this slash podcast, however you're listening, and talk to just have a conversation with you and give my pointers because I know and I feel that it is just not that one person is struggling and going through that phase, but it was me back in the day. It can you be right now? It can you possibly be in the near future because laziness is something like that, discipline. That's we are not directing the content. The topic is not in the direction of how can you cure laziness and what is the topic of this one video. Probably I don't know. The conversation on laziness is what I've kind of planned it for now. I don't even know how. I don't know when you're watching this or listening to this, how and what the name it could be when you're listening. Anyway, so whatever the topic is, welcome to the whatever topic, and it's a conversation based driven. So I think when we lack to take an action and we are not being lazy, this is coming from a person who has been the laziest person his entire 26 years of his life. It's like I've always been lazy. I was not a part of any sports, not a part of any athletes, not a part of uh, in a corporate life. So I don't know the definition of discipline. I don't know the definition of motivation. I don't know the definition of inspiration. What I was, I just wanted to have fun, be with friends, hang out, watch movies, probably not be in college and school. I just wanted to play a lot of games like online games and also travel a lot. So how can I be disciplined right now? Because I don't know what discipline is. I don't know what laziness is. I definitely know what laziness is, but I don't know how can I anchor from that life to being a productive one. Because entrepreneurship demands a lot of you. You're building a business. You're not just recording a course. You're not just building a community. It's you're building a business, and business demands so much effort, work, investment from your end, which goes into the business, be it money, be it resources, be it your knowledge, be it your time, and how can you anchor those? That means it welcome to this one crazy little video. That I don't know how many views will be done on this video, but then I definitely know that this one video is going to help you in so many different ways and whatever stage at in whatever the stage you're on. I don't even know how long this video is going to be or how short this video is going to be. But to start off with, what we are not being lazy, we are being aware of it. Slash, we could be lazy because if you're not taking an action because there's something missing in you and you just want to build a habit, build a momentum. I think we'll just divide this into few little categories that I want to go with. And again, I've got no notes here. The note is here. I just wanted to be go with the flow so that what was the best in my mind at this point in time goes for you. It's like a secret that it goes for you. It's so important for me at this point in time, which probably will be so important for you as well. Point number one that I'm going to share with you is having a score sacker system, counter tactical strategy. I'll just go point versus of it. CTS. Okay. CTSM is something counter tactical strategy. For example, one of the members a couple of months back, he came and said, Fasil, I am learning so many things on a daily basis. One of the challenges that generally people have is they don't learn. Okay, now this guy had a different problem. This member had a different problem. Like, Fazal, I'm learning on a daily basis, but I am not able to do things. I'm not able to produce things, although I know what I'm learning is beneficial for other people. And I also know that if I release on content, it's going to get so many likes and views, and people are going to get benefit out of it. People are going to definitely get that help from me in that one specific video or whatever I'm learning on a daily basis. But I'm just not able to take that action. What I suggest you is it will also go with you because when you have counter tactical strategy, what is the counter tactical strategy? CTS. What is CTS? Is okay. You know exactly what you are lacking in terms of taking an action. So what is okay? If you're learning things on a daily basis, but you know you're not taking action of it, what could your tactical strategy be here is if you learn, and if learning is one action, we will add sub actions to it. So that whole, it becomes like one step for you, not three, four different steps. So example, learning and recording a podcast, recording a video, writing a small little post can be two different actions. But we are not going to talk about two different actions because you will not take the next step because you know what you're going to do, which is you're not going to take an action. So we'll blend these two things together and make it one step. How? The moment you learn something, either you post, either you take a photo of it and make a post of it, or you write what you think about it, what, how did it, that one line or one page impacted you, one video impacted you, or you record a small 2 minute of a podcast on that one. Probably write like one paragraph detailed article on it. Or probably record, if you're great at recording videos, record one small video on it. Probably 2 minutes, probably 5 minutes. But what you're doing is you're not just learning, but the whole step consists of two subcategories. You're learning and immediately launching it, immediately recording and launching it. You're not retaking it. You are not thinking about what to do, but you're immediately taking an action. So this action becomes your counter tactical strategy. In other words, if you're feeling stressed, one of the members, she also messaged way long back. She's like, Fazal, I'm being super stressed of doing so many things. I was like, okay, let us incorporate counter tactical strategy, because I think if you can incorporate counter tactical strategies in everything that you do, it becomes so much more easier. And now, going back to what she was saying, stress is inevitable because you're just going to get stressed out on so many different things. Okay, we know that, acknowledge that, accept it, like we are going to get stressed because we we get stressed out, and we know exactly what we get stressed out. We don't want to get angry, but then sometimes we get angry. We don't want to burst out and explode, but we do get exploded. Now the key point of counter tactical strategy comes into picture. If you know that you are getting overwhelmed and if you know that you're getting stressed out, okay, since now we are not stressed out already, what we do is, okay, when Fuzzle gets stressed out, what should Fuzzle be doing? Okay, one, drink a glass of water. Probably if I'm standing, I should be sitting. If I'm sitting, I should probably stand up. Immediately radical change of movement. It facilitates a lot of things, or probably not talk. Because if I'm getting stressed out and if I'm bursting on you, what happens is I'm spoiling the relationship. I'm spoiling my mood, I'm spoiling your mood, and so many bad things starts to happen. So what I'll do is I am not going to go that way. What I'm going to do is, okay, if I know I'm going to get explode when I'm stressed out, okay, I'm going to take 10 steps back. I'm going to write things down. What is like counter tactical strategy? That happens, this is going to do. This is what I'm going to do. If I'm learning but I'm not producing content, what I'm going to do is I learn and produce content together immediately. I'll not even give like 30 seconds of a window in this one because that brings laziness and procrastination and so many cool different things, bad different things, not cool different things. So this is the concept of counter tactical strategy. Point number one. So when you kind of feel stressed out and when you feel that, okay, I'm not getting lazy, but I'm also not taking action, this is what you do. Point number two, that probably pounds on my head at this point in time, is like A and M. Probably if you have the part of the Academy of Art and Science scientists, you know exactly what I talk about. The A and M, accountability and momentum. It's not about the motivation, it's not about the inspiration. That's not my cup of tea. But what I definitely care about is a momentum. I have been working on from past 64 days. And if I miss my workout tomorrow, I'm going to feel pathetic about myself. What happens is when you start a momentum has got three categories from Patrick to David, and this is one of the core sacral system for the community of Academy of Art Scientists. Like momentum has got three categories: creating a momentum, maintaining a momentum, and advancing momentum. We never get to reach that point. I don't know whether what works, maybe 21 days work, 25 days work, 30 days work, whatever works for you. But what is the best part of it is momentum is on the lines of hanging habit. To start some habit, if you want to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, what happens is you're not just starting an habit, you have to break an habit of not waking up at 10 a.m. and wake up at 5 a.m. Just you have to break something and start. To creating a momentum, creating a habit is always difficult, but once the momentum is taken, and I'll add one more subtopic over here, sub point over here is you don't think about starting an habit. Don't think about, okay, I'll read these many pages, because you keep on thinking, you get overwhelmed already. Start things abruptly, and abruptly is good at times because You did not had plans of doing it. Now that you started, now you're holding yourself accountable. That's where we go back to the first. The second point is like the momentum goes with accountability. A stands for accountability. Momentum goes, M goes for momentum. What happens here is now that you start something abruptly as in momentum. Okay, now I'm going to do this. There's no this there is there's no coming back from that point. That's one point. And now that when you started that one momentum, you go back all the way to holding yourself accountable, which is extremely important. There are a lot of levels of holding yourself accountable. There's low level accountability, there's like mid level accountability, there's also like high level accountability based on where you're, whom you are, like where you are starting off. It is like holding yourself accountable to brush one time a teeth. That's holding yourself accountable. Washing twice your face on a daily basis with soap, holding yourself accountable. Probably sanitizing the moment you come home or go meet someone, holding yourself accountable. So it all starts with small things and it slowly stacks and goes all the way. Moving on to point number three, we are already 11 minutes. This is one thing that I love about how the whole journey of momentum is NNG, non-negotiables. Non-negotiable is something so cool. We plan 10 things, we don't do 10 things. We plan 5 things, we don't do 5 things. We plan 3 things, we don't even get 3 things done. So that's where this concept comes into picture. Like I am going to plan one thing today that is going to go under the banner of non-negotiable. When you put something as a non-negotiable, what it means, it is like it shouldn't be broken. It's like a rule. And we live by a code. We live by a code. And if you break the code, if you break the rule, what happens is there are consequences and penalties with the consequences. For example, if you decide you are going to watch 3 videos or record 3 videos or read 10 pages, if that is in your non-negotiable, what happens is you have to get it at any, but we start small and we have one non-negotiable of the day. Once you do that one small thing, you feel accomplished. Like I promised myself I'm going to do this one thing and I did it. So that is now becoming an anchor for tomorrow. Again, this holds you accountable. That was point number three. We are moving to point number four. What could be the best point number four at this point in time? We spoke about counter tactical strategies. We spoke about accountability and momentum. We spoke about non-negotiables. We also spoke about rules here. We also spoke about rules, fourth about rules. I think one last thing that we can incorporate over here is, or probably we'll wrap up. What shall we do? What comes to my mind is like to beat, to not be perfect, to follow these 3 things. I think do it now mentality, do it now mentality. The 5.1 can be eliminating distraction. 5.2 can be dropping perfection. Dropping perfection. I think these are 3 things that we follow as in the Academy of Art Scientists. Is point number fifth is do it now mentality. For example, if you find something you want to do it today, you do it today. You do it now. You don't even do it tomorrow. You don't even do it tonight. You do it. Don't even in the evening. You do it now. If you feel like you want to do it, you immediately do it. And to do that, the sub point that we added, we need to eliminate distractions. Now, what do I mean by eliminating distractions? Is keeping things as a priority. You're not busy, you're not productive, you're working as per the priority. Okay, what is my priority at this point in time? Based on the priority, you're going to act. You're going to do it now based on the priority. Point number three goes all the way to dropping perfection. Now, once you start doing things, the immediate instinct of you will be what? Okay, how can I do it better? If I have to redo it, I think this the video that I'm recording in the flow. This is my 99th video. Okay, and all 99 videos in last 1 month in 30 days. In last 1 month, I never retook any videos. I never redid any videos. I just had bullet points. It was not scripted. It was just bullet points with the flow. If you have seen me, probably have been pathetic for last 98 videos. But then that was just like, okay, I want to beat perfection. How can I beat perfection? Is I'll choose progress rather than just redoing it, re-recording it, watching myself, seeing how many times I fumbled, how many times I did ahs and eats, and how many times did I pause, stuff like that, and stuff like that. See, how can I beat perfection? on the phase and choose progress. Once you incorporate these three things, which is extremely important for you, I think uh, these 3 points, I'm going to change the color change to purple. These three things is, you can have it as an abbreviation, DED. Okay, you can have it as an abbreviation. Do it on mentality by eliminating distractions and focusing on progress, not perfection. Once you are aligned with probably all these five, like three, four, five, six, seven points, I think counter tactical strategies, having counter tactical strategies, accountability and momentum, non-negotiables of the game, rules which we don't break, because if we break, we have penalties and consequences. Doing it now, whatever you feel is important, eliminating distractions with putting things on the priority basis, and the seventh one is dropping perfection. If you just incorporate, I think, these 7 points in life from this go, and you are going to have a magical life. Probably you, I won't even say magical, I would say you'll be able to kickstart that engine of the momentum. If you just kickstart that engine and start with the flow, I think it's going to facilitate a lot of things. Probably you don't feel good about doing it. You don't feel I want to be doing. Probably you feel like doing it, but then you're not doing it. There's like a huge disconnect between you taking actions and what you're thinking. Either of 7 points. Either of 7 points. Pick one and just go with the flow and see how that impacts you. If you feel that is impacting you, start incorporating another step in life, because these are 7 points that I have been doing myself and saw tremendous growth. Now it doesn't happen overnight. You have to think that just happen overnight. It takes time. It takes practice. It takes time. Again, even it takes momentum even in that place. Now, that being said, we're going to conclude this video probably 16, 17 minutes long. Thank you so much for being a part of this one video. If you have to watch it again, watch it. If you don't ever have to come back to watch this again, because when we have started momentum building, momentum great, is good, because I want you to take action with anytime you consume any piece of content, read a book, watch a video, listen to a podcast, start taking those actions, because it's the whole intention of anyone creating that one asset that they create, that one piece of content that they create, is like you to be taking in that action, whatever the action is. That being said, thank you so much for making this topic and being a part of it. I'm going to see you in another cool, exciting, raw video.